Hi there, I hope this video finds you well. Today we're going to talk about the operating system for Macintosh computers, also known as Macs. As I've been given a task to promote the macOS 10.15 Catalina, I'm going to skip over the latest version, which is the macOS 11 Big Sur that has been published on November 12, 2020. I'm going to address macOS 10.15 Catalina as Catalina from now on. So Catalina was publicly released on October 7th, 2019, and it replaces the older macOS 10.14 Mojave. It introduces several new features and improvements over the older OS versions. And right now, I'm going to introduce a few of the more interesting versions on the Catalina. First up, Apple has decided to ditch iTunes as a whole and decided to split them into 3 separate apps, which are Music, TV, and Podcast. Previous OS versions have received a lot of complaints on how iTunes are too cramped with everything being stuffed in it, and it's complicated to use. So this update could be said is long awaited for, and it's a good move from Apple. With 3 apps instead of 1, users can finally view their songs, their TV shows and podcasts in a different apps and a more organized fashion. The second feature that I'm going to talk about is the screen time. It was already implemented in the iOS. It is a good app, it's a good feature, and it's finally coming over to macOS. Essentially, it allows you to check on how much time you have spent on each individual app and also how frequent you visit the app and so on. So if you think you might have been spending too much time on, let's say, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, you can restrict your own app usage, by setting up how long you can use the app. This also works for several other Apple devices as well, such as the iPad and iPhone, provided that if you have already connected them through iCloud. The next interesting feature that I'm going to talk about is the voice control. No, voice control is different than the voice command. Voice command only allows you to do certain simple tasks, such as open certain apps or close certain apps, turning up or turning down the volume, etc. But that's all. That's about it. It doesn't allow you to control the entire computer's operation, which voice control does. Though you need to set up the voice control feature, but after setting it up, it's actually really simple and straightforward to use. Here, as you can see, if you say show grid on the pages that you are open, it will show square grid with numbered labels on it, and you can call out the number on the label, such as calling out 5, and it will choose the grid number 5 for you. And let's say if you're on a website and there are a lot of buttons to click on, you can ask for it to show number labels, and it will show all the number labels over there, and you can call out which number that you want to pick. The last feature that we're going to discuss here is the sidecar. Now the sidecar, it involves you using your iPad, if you have one provided, and it allows you to connect your iPad and your Mac, and making iPad as your secondary display, like how people have several display monitors but using only one PC. But in this case, you're using an iPad as the second display. This allows you to move windows seamlessly between the 2 displays from Mac to iPad or from iPad to Mac. Pretty intuitive, I would say. And it allows more productivity. So maybe you could do your assignment while watching a movie. I'm not encouraging this, but if you want to, why not? The second function of the sidecar is that the iPad that's connected to the Mac can be act as a drawing pad. Yes, a drawing pad. You didn't hear me wrong. Of course, you need an Apple Pencil for that to draw, of course. So you can open a document on the Mac, and you can doodle, you can draw, you can write anything on the iPad and it will be transferred in real time to the Mac. For you to access the sidecar feature, you need to connect the iPad and also the Mac together. But the connection could be either wired or wireless. Pretty nice. So this rounds up all the interesting features that I found in the Catalina. But of course, there are more features on the new Catalina, such as better security that helps you track which app is tracking your keyboard activities, or the photo app that helps you find and sort pictures better, and the list just goes on. That's all from me. Goodbye and take care.